This seminar is brought to you by Rapala.
I'm Captain George Gozdz, host of Time Florida Sportsman. In today's seminar, I'm going to talk to you about when and how to use your topwater plugs. I utilize a topwater plug in several different situations. The first one is probably low light conditions. First thing in the morning or late in the evening when the fish are in shallower water, the sun's not driving them down into deeper water. It's a great time to break out a topwater lure. Another time is when the fish are feeding on the surface. If you actively see them feeding up top, there's no better time to bust out a topwater plug. Another situation for me, especially since I'm a snook fisherman, is when fish are feeding on walls or seawalls, or when I'm fishing along seawalls. People ask me, how do I fish a topwater plug? What cadence? What speed? And that varies. I think you kind of got to experiment with it, see what the fish are after, how aggressive they're being. But one tip that I can give you is when you get an explosion on a topwater plug, keep the lure moving. Don't stop it, just keep it moving. And rather than setting the hook, just keep the lure moving. When the line comes tight, that's when you set the hook. To get that perfect walk the dog technique takes a little bit of practice. One thing that can help you though is utilize the right rod and reel. What I like to use is a 7 foot, 7'6", medium fast action. This happens to be 8 to 17 pound class rod, 4,500 size reel, 15 pounds of braid, 20, 30 pound fluorocarbon. Makes it a perfect matchup. And it's a real basic retrieving technique. Just a slow retrieve and a slow jerk of your rod tip. And this is a cadence that you kind of have to discover on your own. But just know that it's a continuous retrieve and a slow jerk of your rod tip to get the walk the dog. Those are the basics on how and when to use a topwater plug.